All right, guys. Thank you for joining me tonight. Let me know how it sounds and how it looks. All right. So it looks like the sound bar is doing good. 5 by 5. Thank you, Vision. Thank you, Mouse. Thank you, Chicken. Appreciate it. All right. What do I got? Not that I have an announcement to make, but I am going to the SHOT Show. I was able to uh, get a media pass. So I guess I'll be doing some videos from the SHOT Show. I might try to do a live one if I can get away with it, being that we're going to be indoors and there might be other people doing the same thing. Now, for those of you that don't know what the SHOT Show is, the SHOT Show is a an outdoor convention, if you will, right? So it's like outdoor gears, camping gears, and then at some point in time, it switched over to prepping. So now they have a whole like prepping aspect to it as well. There's going to be a lot of speakers there. I really didn't get a chance to look at the rundown. I just remembered that I'm like I can do the SHOT Show this year. I'm retired. I got nothing going on, and I said fuck it. So I'll be in Vegas for a couple of days. I'll be there Sunday and leaving Wednesday. The SHOT Show ends Thursday. So normally everybody leaves Wednesday. Like most of the tables will wind up leaving Wednesday. So I'll be leaving late Wednesday evening back to New York. Anyway, hopefully that'll be a good time. It'll be my first time doing that. So I would like to plan where to go and who to talk to. I got to look at the rundown to see who's going there and who's not going there and who to speak to. I hear that Refuge Medical is going to be there, so I'll bump into them and I'll probably interview one of them. That'll probably be one of the first people I interview about their products. That being said, guys, Refuge Medical. A lot of you know I took their training last week. I did their responder course 1, 2, and 3. And so, anyway, I was talking to them about pushing their gear because their gear is pretty spot on. So, anyway, with that being said, I'm going to drop a link to their website. Their website is up and running now. Remember, I put it on Friday, and they were practicing Shabbat. So, with that, here's the link. And anything you order, guys, I think it's a 5 or 10% discount using the code word angry in all caps, right? So, anyway, at best, guys, take a look at their gear. And if you can't afford their gear, do yourself a favor and take one of their courses, at the very least. Their courses do come in handy. And with everything going on, guys, the way everything is right now, shit's getting out of hand. So their course is probably going to come in handy at some point in time, especially if you live in a city like New York. Even if you live in a rural area, their training comes in handy. And one of the things that they said, guys, that I was really not impressed with, but made sense. If you're going to carry a firearm, you should carry a medical kit, right? Uh, Hands down. That there's like no other excuse, and that makes perfect sense. I mean, hell, if you live in the city, people are getting shot like hotcakes, so this training will come in handy. If you are a firearms instructor or you're carrying a firearm, you should absolutely have a medical kit. Hell, build one yourself. If you can't afford one of theirs, build one yourself because it's going to help. Now, one thing that a lot of medical kits should have now, guys, is Narcan. Now, I remember a few months ago, if not a year ago, I said that I would never carry Narcan because fuck those crackheads. Remember that? I was dead against carrying it because I'm like, fucking crackheads have it coming to them. But seemingly now, more people, civilians, if you will, police officers, are coming in contact with fentanyl. And they keep labeling people who come in contact accidentally with fentanyl overdosing. You're not overdosing when you come in contact with fentanyl, guys. You are exposed to it. So, with that, no, Randy, it's not to revive a crackhead. It's to revive people that come in contact with it accidentally. That's all it's for. It's not for crackheads. Um, but yeah, so with that, guys, I think we should start carrying it for that purpose. And the media needs to stop saying, "Oh, police officer overdosed on fentanyl." When I hear police officer overdosed on fentanyl, it makes it sound like the police officer was taking it or the person was taking it. It's accidental exposure, is what it should be. The media needs to stop with the scare tactic and making people look like shit and say they were exposed to it. Like you would be exposed to, some kind of chemical you don't know. Oh, he was exposed to anthrax. He was exposed to, the Mumbai disease. Exposed to it. They should not say overdose because the fucking person wasn't overdosing. The person accidentally came in contact with it. Anyway, that's me splitting hairs on that subject. Yeah, so guys, start carrying a kit. Now, if you live in a nice, quiet neighborhood, maybe you don't want to carry it. But if you were always on the road, you should absolutely have one in your car or a couple. I have now because of this course. I have like shit, man. I have something like 8 tourniquets or 10 tourniquets now. Right? I bought. They gave me one at their course. I acquired two more during the course, during the time of that course, just because like you're picking up other people's shit, and it was in my pocket when I got back. So I got like 10 tourniquets now. I'm a big fan of the soft T tourniquets and not the cats. The cats are nice and easy to use, but I'm a big fan of the soft T tourniquets. The soft T, I don't know, it just feels better when you're tightening it down and you're fucking in excruciating pain trying to cut the blood flow off. 18,000 protesters got executed. Speaking about executed, the Iranian soccer player, that was some shit. that I'm like, wait a minute. He was protesting against a lady who was wrongfully killed, and now he's sentenced to death. I'm like, what the fuck, man? It was like, I don't know if he was their main star player, but it doesn't matter. They're sending a clear message. Um, Definitely sending a clear message. So, if they killed 18,000 protesters, that's insane, and no one's going to do anything about it. It's funny, right? The hypocrisy of this country. We will go to war for bullshit, but people being killed because they were protesting against a lady who was wrongfully killed, and it's radio silence. We're worried about fucking transgender story reading time or whatever the fuck they call it, but we're not fucking focused on that shit. What happened with your doctor's blood test? I didn't take the blood test. I didn't take it yet, JD. If that's what you're asking me, I didn't take it yet. I was supposed to. I was actually supposed to. I keep forgetting to call the doctor and make an appointment. But no, I haven't. I haven't taken it yet. I figured out what half my problem was now, so I'm switching my diet again, or rather, going back to my diet because I completely fell off after everything that happened. But whatever. No crying. Crying is for bitches. But yes, pure blood prepper. 2023 is going to be fucking straight shit show. I talked about will it be challenging for us preppers in my last video, but what is 2023 going to bring for us next year? All we can do is wait and see, guys. Um, it's definitely going to get well out of hand. And listen, we're seeing some of the warning signs of some things that are headed this way. Like for example, this bullshit that they were pushing, camel flu. All camel flu is MERS, Middle Eastern Respiratory Syndrome, right? That's all it is. But they call it the camel flu to give it a little more umph, so people be like, "Oh my god, what the hell's the camel flu?" I started looking at the camel flu. I'm like, "You fucking kidding me? It's the same shit that's been prancing around fucking the Middle East forever. It's been around for a long time, guys. It's like, well, maybe not a long time, but I think the 70s or 60s this thing has been around. So they gave it a new name and they called it the camel flu. It's fucking called MERS, man. They just, again, more scare tactics to get people scared or at least to get people's attention on the media. I don't know. But they have lost their fucking minds. I'm like straight lost their minds. CNN. Yeah, but it wasn't just CNN. Mouse in the House. It was like a lot of other media sources saying this shit. I'm like, why? Seriously, like, why are we? And then we entertain it, you know. And then we look at it. We're like, and then I'm reading it. I'm like, these motherfuckers. I wasted fucking 5 minutes of my fucking time looking up this shit, and it was just nothing but MERS. That's all it is. You know, and you got other preppers, you know, talking about fucking camel flu. And I'm like, it's nothing. It really isn't anything. You know? And it's like, it could potentially be deadly. Okay, for the week, you know, but whatever. Again, not worried about it. I thought it was a camel toe. No, not camel toes, and not it's not camel wear camels. It's none of that. But that's a new one. Wear camels. Turns you into a camel. Anyway, um, yeah, guys. The one thing that I didn't put on my list of shit that we're gonna see next year, um, that I'm gonna talk about now is the bullshit, the unbelievably big amount of bullshit that we're gonna start seeing. We're starting to see it now already, right? We're starting to see again them labeling. There's a new Mr. 19 virus. They're calling it something different because it's reacting or it's infecting people differently and affecting them differently. So they need to rename it and not call it COVID, but call it something else. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, seriously? And here's the problem: people latch onto this shit. People just be like, oh my God, you heard about this new one? It's an off branch of COVID. They're not calling it that. I don't know what they're calling it yet. But COVID 23, yeah. Yes, that's the name of the disease. BS 2023, 2023. BS 2023 is going to be the new, how you say, pandemic for next year. And it's going to go into overdrive. Now, keep in mind, guys, we are all being distracted yet again, right? This Brittany Griner shit, they keep trying to pump a story out of this. No one gives a fuck. The bitch is free. She can go fucking eat vagina now for the fucking rest of her life because she's out. Who cares? It's all fucking bullshit. You know, but they distract us from what fucking Twitter or rather Elon Musk is doing. No one wants to talk about that. You know, they mention all these big companies are mentioning what's coming next year financially, but we're talking about fucking Brittany Griner and her bullshit. You know, I mean, dude, she's out. It's done. There's no reason to talk about it anymore. Her fucking time in prison wasn't that exciting, right? It wasn't like she escaped and she was on the lam and you know, and she was dodging fucking Russian soldiers. That would have been a more interesting story. Even I would have been interested in. But that didn't happen. She cut her dreads because it got cold. Who gives a shit? It's like, again, we're focused on this and not on that. And then you have fucking these murder cases that they're trying to bring up again to wow America to get into so that we're not paying attention to the real shit that's around the corner, right? We got credit debt that is climbing or is astronomically high this year and into next year. More people are relying on their credit cards. And I think that's on purpose. I think they're going to raise the Americans' debt so high that when they offer this CBDC shit, they're gonna tell people, well, if you sign up for this program, we'll wipe out your fucking debt and you'll start anew. And people be like, well, hell, wipe out my debt, give me a new line of credit, I'll have at it. And that's how they're gonna fucking get people into that. I'm thinking something catastrophic has to happen for them to introduce this. But yes, that is catastrophic. Your finances or your credit line being so high or your debt being so high that you owe so much money that you'll settle for this. You'll turn around and be like, yeah, man, why not? So it'll be a subtle great reset, like Patty S said. She said the great reset. Yes, it'll be subtle. It won't be as damaging as I thought it would be. Sorry. All right. Yeah. So whatever, man. Whatever they. Thank you for sending me that, Mike. By the way. Hey, Daryl Calhoun, happy birthday. If I guess he is on here. Why would I say? I guess if he's on here, he's on here. But Yeah, guys, I think it's all part of the plan, man. I don't know. I really don't know. I just know that there are things we need to be looking out for. Apparently, we need to be paying close attention to things. Um, but yeah, things are gonna get exponentially bad quick, and we just have to be ready for it, I guess. Well, Mara G, she says, or he says, keep your job if you still have one. They're getting rid of people's jobs left and right, like left and right. What is it? The Washington Post just announced layoffs today. A lot. I thought the New York Times just mentioned it a week or two ago. They laid off a couple people, I think. But all these companies are laying people off, guys. And again, if you are in the field of media and the media service is letting people go, where can you go with that job set, right? You can't go to CNN if CNN let go 500 people, or if MSNBC or ABC News, in Kentucky, or ABC News in New York let people go. It's not like you can look for work in those other places because they're letting people go as well. Vision, the Tahoe's doing good for now. I mean, where I have it parked, I'm not too fucking happy with it. I might have to put it in the. If this storm does come up this way, I'm definitely putting it in the garage, so I don't have to deal with digging it out, and I don't have to fucking deal with possibly getting clipped by the fucking snow shoveler, right? So, so that's. I mean, again, that's that. Yeah, Washington Post. Just they announced layoffs, and there was a heated exchange of words. I don't know if that was between the CEO and the employees or whoever the fuck was, but they got into it. But anyway, let's get into the video at hand. Steven YouTube and says, I work at Pfizer. Snowplows. Thank you, John Paul. I said snow shovelers. So sad. Yeah, snowplows. Thank you, GPAC. Yeah, thank you for that. I don't know why I said that. My brain has been slipping like a lot lately. Well, listen, I mean, yeah, I mean, listen, it's getting bad, right? The whole job market thing is getting bad. Hey, listen, again, like I said a couple live streams ago, you should not think that you are above getting your shit fucking taken from you, or getting fired, or let go, sent home, whatever it is. You can't think that. You can't for a second think that you're safe. Now, there are some safe jobs out there. City workers are normally safe jobs. At the very least, they're the last to get fired, like I said before. Um, what corner are you in? Judgment time. Oh God, Manolo Chavez is back with his judgment time. The world's gonna end. Yada yada yada. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We get it. Fucking lightning's gonna come out of the sky and strike us all dead. We've been hearing that shit for fucking ever, man. Whatever happens, happens. You deal with it or you don't. You you again. We have to deal with it. Listen, there's a lot of people, man, that's talking about dealing with what comes. There are a lot of suicides lately, guys. I hope you guys are paying close attention to the suicide rates that are going on. There is something very, very, very odd with the amount of people that are suddenly killing themselves. I think there's definitely something on the. I think there's a definite effect in the brain. Something definitely is up with the because the amount of people killing themselves has skyrocketed this year. And I have said before, I think that the arm ticket's involved in that, but I don't have any concrete proof. Thank you, Sheila, for pointing that out. Guys, do me a favor if you don't mind, thumbs up or thumbs down. Could you do me a favor and hit it either way? Get the algorithm going and all that other bullshit, yada yada yada. Makes YouTube happy, or who the fuck cares? But whatever, it helps out with the channel. That's why you always hit the thumbs up on every video that you watch that you like. If you visit Hudson Valley or Northern Girls, right, you head over to their channels, hit the like button. It helps with the algorithm. Or hit the thumbs down. Again, still helps out with the algorithm. Keeps a nice balance going. Um, it should be. I do it automatically. when I click into a video. That's like, I don't know why I trained myself to do it, but whenever I click into a video, I just press like right away. If I don't like the video or it's an asshole video, I take the like back. Simple. But I normally when I turn it on, um, normally when I turn on whatever video I'm watching, I hit the like button right away, just out of habit. The Watchmen. So that's what I'm getting at. That guy from the Ellen Show, all of a sudden, 2 day, 3 days prior, he took a picture. The wife said that he was fine, but the wife knew something was wrong when she ran to the police station saying he left his car behind, but I can't find him. So I definitely think there's a switch in the brain. I definitely do. I think that there's something that the shot has the on ticket has something to do with it, because it's just, you cannot blame lockdown. It was 2 years ago. People did not get affected by that from 2 years ago. Like, there's no post traumatic stress from it. And if you got post traumatic stress from being locked down, you got some serious fucking problems. You need to fucking go and find a pillow to scream into and a safe space, or fucking eat bonbons and read fucking, you know, play Parcheesi with old women at an old age home. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. If you have post traumatic stress from the lockdown, that is the stupidest thing. I've heard people use that as an excuse on why they have anxiety and all this other bullshit. Suck it the fuck up, because the serious shit is coming down the damn pipe. We got some serious fucking things headed this way. And if you fucking broke because you were locked down, yo, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Do me a favor and send me your preps, and I'll distribute it out through the prepper community, because that's a problem. I was locked down in my home, and now I have all these disorders. Grow the fuck up, you pussy. Slap a tampon in and fucking call it a day and move the fuck on. Simple as that, man. Oh, Klaus Schwab says, "What's a bonbon?" That's a bonbon was like a chocolate covered treat. I don't know if it was ice cream or whatever, but it was like old white ladies used to eat that. So I mean, like, anybody who's in their 60s know what a bonbon is exactly. It was like a chocolate covered treat. My cat got depression too. Now, pets did develop, a lot of pets, like my fucking pussy of a dog. He developed anxiety because we were home all the time, and when we weren't home, when we started going back to work, he started flipping out. Um, do they even make bonbons anymore? Like, I don't know why I'm bringing that up, but I'm like, because I keep bringing it up, but I haven't seen it anywhere. I don't know. Whatever. Peggy Buns ate bonbons. Yes, pioneer spirit. Exactly. You're right. She was big on bonbons. Just look it up. Just type it in. Uh, you'll see it. You're like, holy shit, some old '80s shit. Like I said, I don't know if they mention anymore. Patty S goes, "I'm 60 and never ate one. I thought it was a British thing. I just no. I thought it was a American thing. I don't know. Whatever. It's bonbons. Just like, for those of you that are curious, look it up. You'll be like, oh, that. Matter of fact, YouTube a commercial. It even, what you call it. It'll give you more of an idea of what it is. Oh my God, Manilow is still with his shit. Guns, preps, and money will not save America. Refuses to repent their crime against Negroes. America has crimes against a lot of people, not just the Negroes. They have crime against Irish. They have crime against the Polish, Jews, Native Americans. Right? There's crime against a lot of people, not just blacks. So get off of it. Holy shit balls. It's always one crazy psychopath that. How do the psychopaths wake up and go, Angry Prepper Channel? Like, how does that? I look at other people's live streams. I don't see the amount of fuckery that I see on other live streams that I see on mine. I'm like, how the fuck is that even a thing? Dudes wake up and like, who can I fuck with? Up, let me spew my bullshit on this guy's channel. It's insane. Of course, American Indian. I don't get it. Crimes against humanity. Yeah, crimes against humanity. Yes, just Negroes. No, it's not a. It's not a thing, guys. Bonbons. I'm lost. I thought it was something for babies. No, Anne Marie, it's food. It's like a chocolate covered treat. It's a thing. I don't know. Look it up. USMC, moving out to Texas. I am actually looking at land in Tennessee. So I was actively today for the first time looking at land in Tennessee. Like I found a website. So before when I was looking at land, I was just looking at like Tennessee land and it had all these sites. I found a site that looks pretty cool. Um, and so I'm going to stick with it. And I found a couple of spots that I'm going to call about probably tomorrow and see what's up. See where that goes. Jeff Emery, thank you for the donations. And happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Right, so that's the idea right now, guys, is to look at land in Tennessee or even West Virginia. But I shall see. Uh, Chad Rich, where near Gatlinburg? Shit, I could give you an idea. Give me 2 seconds. It was actually near. Let's see. It was near Nashville. It was the mountain ranges over there. I can't find it now, but I was fucking all over it. But it was right next. It was right next to a national park. If you can let me know what national park is there, yeah, whatever. Can't find it, but that's what I was looking at. It was near Gatlinburg. I think that's it. Tennessee Ridge, Pigeon Forge. All right, Cherokee Nation Forest. No, not Chad Rich, not Cherokee Nation. Smoky Mountains. Thank you, Noodlehead. It was by Smoky Mountains. One of the properties was butted up right against the property, so it looked like a square with a tail, and so it was squared like this, and then it's like a little tail, and that little tail led right into the park, state park. It was pretty cool to look at. This fucking map is a pain in the dick. Because the one thing about this map is that it has like there's a lot of land for sale all over the country actually. But looking at what I was looking at, it was pretty cool. Smoky Mountains, right? Yeah, that's what it was. Gatlinburg, Tennessee is next. Yes, Gatlinburg, Tennessee, right? It's right up against Smoky Mountains. No, look to hit Arkansas. Smoky Mountain National Park. Jenny Bolt, thank you for that. That's exactly where it was. That's exactly the area I'm looking at. But of course, I also found a couple spots in North Carolina as well. So like I accidentally, because this map, they don't really show you the state lines that well. I ended up looking at two properties in North Carolina. It was right next to Tennessee. So there's always that, right? I don't know if it's by Pinball or not. I don't exactly know where Pinball is. Um, I was logged out. Fuck it. I'll look later. But I'll definitely look to pick some of your brains. Can I get the website name? The website name is landsearch.com. Landsearch.com. I don't know if it's one of the better ones, but it is. It's decent. A lot of the land, again, like in Tennessee, there were some good acreage for like cheap, like for less than half a mil. So looking at that, I'm like, wow, you know. And then some of the places, you know, you have to wonder why 10 acres for $150,000 is up for sale for 2 months now, right? This is in Bradyville, Tennessee. It looks like flatlands, but I'm surrounded by farms here. But I shall save it. All right, whatever. I'll do this later. This is distracting. Looking at this land search shit. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. Move to Mississippi. You would like it. Yeah. Listen, guys. A lot of that down there is on the fence. But I'm hung up on Tennessee because, you know, I drove through there. I saw a lot of things I liked about it. Uh, Pinball's not in Kentucky. Pinball's in Tennessee. Yes, he's close to the border of Tennessee and Kentucky, but he's in Tennessee. I know that much. Uh, But yeah, water. I am looking for uh, spots that have water. Two of the spots that I looked at that had cheapo land had a stream, not a stream, but I guess it was like a stream or a creek running through it. The pictures, it looks strong, but unfortunately I have to go down there and visit. Right, I'll make a trip out of it for like a week or so and visit those areas and see what I like. You can't just get it online. You got to look, or at the very least, you can have the realtor, if they're good about it, send you drone images, live drone images of the area, so that I don't have to drive all the way down there. But I'd rather drive down there anyway and get the lay of the land. Jeff Emery, thank you for the donation. So yes, getting off my ass. All right, guys. So with that being said, we are past the half-hour mark, talking about nothing other than bullshit. So I apologize for that. Um, Sharps Chapel. Sharps Chapel. All right. Thank you again, Jeff. Appreciate it. Yeah, Kentucky, Adriana, Kentucky's on the table, and so is West Virginia because of the mountains. I'm looking to get high elevation, um, but and I think the Tennessee area is like the perfect mix of like winter, fall, summer kind of shit. Whereas like West Virginia, it just gets straight cold, and now they got a storm headed towards them. I got to talk to Prepper Nurse to make sure he's gonna fucking survive this. He should be okay. I mean, he is on the top of a hill or a mountain, if you will. So um, I'll check in on him tomorrow. But whatever. All right, guys. So with that being said, how bad will 2023 get? We have war. Will we see war next year? Right. That's the bigger question that everybody's wondering. Right. Russia right now, they're moving heavy weapons or heavy nukes, if you will, around. Vladimir Putin made a made shift. Sorry, Vladimir Putin said Russia may shift its nuclear policies to a first strike strategy rather than a defensive one as the war in the Ukraine drags on. The West is concerned about that statement and ties with Iran, as Russia is also now asking for Iran for nuclear weapons. Supposedly, that's U.S. intelligence saying this. Western intelligence officials are increasingly concerned that Russia could tap into Iran's arsenal of hypersonic and ballistic missiles amid their deepening alliance. That means they're getting into bed deeper with each other. We've known that Russia and Iran have had this long-standing relationship for a long time. I know back in the 90s, I think it was the late 90s, it sort of soured between the Russians and the Iranians, but now it's back on track. Also, Putin's making more threats. You have France, again, like I said before, gearing up, making more heavy weaponry or heavy armored vehicles. Germany's following suit. Um, and it seems that China is turning on Russia with their whole economic war that they're having with us. They're also shitting on Russia as well. I don't know how bad that's going to be, or that's going to look like, but um, it looks like China and Russia are having some rough times, and they will have rough times ahead should this continue to go in the same direction. Now, if China and Russia break pact, we have a little more time before we go into full nuclear war, right? So there is that. Will China invade India? Daryl Calhoun said China versus India. India right now, guys, India right now made a pact with China and Russia. That was the most surprising shit I heard. That was early this year, back in August or July. They signed that brother pact with Iran, China, Russia, and a couple other countries. India was involved in that. So again, very very interesting things we're going to see. Are we going to see all out war? We're going to see pockets of war, right? We're going to see Afghan versus Pakistan, China versus India, China versus Taiwan. Is China going to stretch themselves thin? They're going to alienate themselves with Russia and then start something with them, right? So only time can tell, right? As far as a nuclear war, I don't think we'll see one next year. We probably will see a nuke device in our lifetime, but I don't think we're going to see anything catastrophic in that regards next year. Now, enter the economic crisis that we're entering, that I can see being catastrophic. I can see that being bad. Um, we are watching jobs all across the nation are being cut left and right. We have people in the same field of work being cut loose and can't find work. So unemployment is going to go up, though unemployment dropped in November. So they said. Um, we're constantly being warned about a bad recession or the worst recession we have ever seen. There's no such thing as the worst recession we've ever seen. That's called the Great Depression. Jeff, thank you for the donation again. Appreciate it, man. Smoky Mountains. Oh, wait, sorry. Yeah, so I don't know, guys. We're definitely New World Order is coming. So that thank you for bringing that up, Manilow. Sounds like Barry Manilow. Anyway, BlackRock warns of New World Order will lead to greater economic instability and persistent inflation. So when you thought BlackRock was for this New World Order shit, they warned against New World Order because they said it would lead to greater economic instability. Right now, we got the central banking digital currency system going online soon. So we don't know where that's going to go. We don't know what that's even going to look like. Um, how bad will the economy get next year? That's the question. We all know where it's headed. We all know the direction it's going in. But will we see a depression next year or 2024? Right. Either way, we need to be ready for it. Either way it goes. Even if we don't see a Great Depression, which we listen, we undoubtedly have. We're undoubtedly headed in that direction, and we undoubtedly going to see that in our lifetime. There is no way on this planet that we do not see another depression in our lifetime. I just don't think so. Adriana says 2023 depression. You know what? I think so too. I think we're definitely going to see depression, and they're going to try to dress it up and call it a light depression. Once you enter the depression zone, you can't start chopping it up so that it sounds less intimidating, right? You can't look at the Great Depression and go, well, you know what? It's not a Great Depression. It's a light depression, teetering on the Great Depression. You can't do that because you're doing that so that you make other people feel better about this situation that we're in, which is going to get worse for so many people. For so many people, this is going to get really bad. Hell, again, I'm looking to either grow this channel or find work. That's my only two options. Um, Obviously, I'm going to try to invest, but invest in things that are going to be stable and not so volatile like cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is all over the place. You look at the cryptocurrency chart, everybody who's in the cryptocurrency was like, oh, cryptocurrency is great. It's fucking all over the place. And people took a bath on it. Greg M., thank you for the donation, man. Appreciate it. You don't think it will happen? What? Explain. Falcon 1, what are you talking about? Can you clarify for me? You're talking about the depression? I don't think we'll see a nuclear attack. If we're going back to that, no. Um, I think that we have, unless Putin or what's his name in North Korea lose their shit, that is the only way we see nuclear. And even then, I don't think it's going to be a worldwide event. I think it's going to be a couple places hit, like the Ukraine first. I think the Ukraine, if we see any nuclear event at all, will be there first. But I don't think we'll see this worldwide catastrophe that um, that we're thinking we're going to see. As far as the economy, we're probably going to see a Great Depression next year. We have to. I mean, like, we, you keep you're trying to slow the depression from happening by raising the interest rate as they did again without any warning. Now they did say they were going to do it in the next couple of weeks, but they also then followed that up by saying next year we're going to see more. How many more interest rate hikes are we going to see next year? So, guys, I would say get rid of your debt as soon as possible. I'm all but finished with my debt. I accrued some debt over the last couple of weeks, and now I'm back down again. So, I definitely think we will um, see a depression of some kind. Because, listen, again, everybody's warning what we're going to see, right? For several months now, the richest man in the world has continuously sounded the alarm, warning that the economy risk of a deep recession is the central bank's monetary policy stays the course. The central bank's a deep recession is a fucking depression. Like again, I've never heard of. I've heard of recessions, but I've never heard it categorized as light or deep or or shallow recession and a deep recession. It's either recession then a depression. That's it, or rather down. Sorry, right? Recession and then a depression. I've never heard anybody chop it up the way they chop it up now, and they continuously try to chop it up for whatever fucking reason, to quell everybody's panicking. Listen, you got the monkeys out here, fucking walking around like life is going to be good. Don't it's a beyond me that people are now starting to pay attention and they're going, we didn't see this coming. This community, the prepper community, has been doing this shit for a long time, all of us. And so now all of a sudden people are like, why didn't anybody warn us? Motherfucker, we were on TV shows telling you people this is what you should be ready for. Now that it's about to hit, you're like, what do I do? And a lot of people now are entering this starvation phase because they don't know what to do, because they can't put food on the table. My phone is like fucking 1,000 miles away. But I went shopping, guys, and I bought $400 worth of food. Used to fit in a shopping cart, right? The pushing carts, the carts that you push. I bought almost $400 worth of food, and they both fit in two baskets, shopping baskets. I have a picture. I'll put it up on the Angry Truth channel actually tonight, so I can run and get my phone, and I'll show you what my fucking what those two baskets look like. Now it was 200 and it was 400. Sorry, it was 300 and like $83, $87, minus $23, and that's still way too much money to have that amount of food in two fucking baskets. Now again, guys, that was a bad sign. When I looked down and I go, man, this better be $200 worth of shit. As I started scanning it and I got to 200, it was like 191, and I looked down, I was like, what the fuck? Now I said deduct $23 because some of them were, not some, but there were. I bought 2 metal bowls and 2 glass containers to store my food in. If you deducted that, that was about $23. Everything else was food. The fucking meat is where I paid most of my money. Meat and produce. Never mind all the other little bullshit that I had in there. You know, all the little bullshit like butter, milk, things like that. Never mind that shit. That was the most expensive shit. So anyway, that's the problem. Yes, Jay Wexler. I guess I'm gonna have to try to go hunting again, or talk to a couple hunters up north and be like, "Yo, we'll work a deal out and start eating more deer meat." I don't know, or go directly to farms and start buying from them. If that means I have to travel 2 hours up north to do so, then so be it. I know that if I go to a butcher shop up by Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival, I'm going to save money in regards to meat. Now, obviously, I'm going to have to make it a camping trip of some kind, stay out there for a couple of days. But yeah, that's the only way right now where you're going to save it. Because in the city, they're fucking hammering us with the prices. And if I'm looking at this and having an issue with this, that means the rest of fucking America is. Now, with the starvation issue, guys, we're going to talk about this a little bit on the Angry Truth channel, but 1 in 5 Americans are struggling to put food on the table. That's approximately 40 million Americans having a problem putting food on the table. This is an issue. It's like this thing never stays still. There it is. All right. The federal government's annual food security report released last week found that 14.5% of American households, or 17.6 million Americans, had difficulties at some time in getting food on their table during 2012. That means that if they ran out of food, didn't have money to buy enough, they'd skip a meal or lose weight because of lack of food. We're definitely going to see a lot of fucking Jenny Craigie motherfuckers walking around, some skinny motherfuckers, because there are people who are going to be struggling. Jeff Emery, thank you again for the donation. I appreciate it. Yeah, there's going to be a problem. Now, in the UK, they're running into this problem already. I'm dying to hear by the end of December, the end of January, what the what that looks like over in the UK completely. People are phasing over to eating pet food in the UK and heating up their food via candlelight. Again, guys, this is why we prep. I'm not heating up my food via candlelight. I got a little fucking oven stove thing with canisters that I've been collecting now, um, which actually got to go to Camp More to get more. This is why we prepare. So we're not heating our shit up by candlelight and eating dog food, right? Again, I don't know how true that story was. They could have been saying that to dress it up to make it look a little more, not endearing, but more exciting, more dramatic. But who knows? No preparations, no vote. No reparations, no vote. Nobody wants reparations. You know who wants reparations? The lazy want reparations. The motherfuckers who don't want to do anything for themselves, who blame everybody for their problems, the pussies of the world, the pussies of society, they're the ones who want reparations. That's all. I wouldn't listen. I could have gotten money back from the fire department because when they were hiring African Americans, if you will, and they're saying that we were being slighted from being hired, there was this formula they had where I could have got money back. And I didn't even apply for that shit. Why? Because I got on the job on my own. I didn't need some other fucking helping hand or some white social justice warrior fucking asshole telling me I need to sign this shit. So reparations is for fucking bitches and lazy fucking people. That's all it's for. Listen, you can never change what happened. Slavery happened. Get over it. You can't change it by throwing money at the fucking problem. That has been proven time and time again that throwing money at the problem is not how you're going to get over the situation. It just doesn't fucking work. Enough already with this fucking reparation shit. Really fucking annoys me when people talk about that. And black folks are like, oh, we need reparations for what? And then what? Are you going to take that money and invest it? Or are you going to take that money and buy a fucking Cadillac? Right? So, anyway, fucking let it go with the fucking reparation shit and be your own fucking man. Because reparations also, you're relying on the government to give you some fucking money. Fuck that shit. I listen, other than my tax returns, I've never gotten money from the government. I never got one of those tax rebates, any of that bullshit. As a matter of fact, I've been owing lately, these motherfuckers. But anyway, not the point. Yeah, stimulus. I didn't even know. I didn't get a stimulus either, Jocelyn. I didn't get a stimulus at all. Harriet Tubman's shotgun. Reparation is not going to close the gap. Well, that is another misconception. That is an excuse that Democrats like to use, but that is not going to happen. To close the gap wealth. Sorry, to close the gap wealth, you have to change your behavior and how you spend money. That's how you close the gap wealth. You don't close the gap wealth by throwing money at it, because people today, like if they give you money, right? If they give Harriet Tubman shotgun, they give you money, you're probably going to do something responsible with it. But most African Americans or Black Americans will not do anything responsible with it, right? Wealth gap. Did I say gap wealth? Wealth gap. Sorry, same difference. You know what I mean? Um, and it doesn't fix the problem. It doesn't. Now the Japanese got their reparations because we dropped a fucking bomb on them. One, two, it was more recent, and three, it went to the Japanese government. If I'm not mistaken, that money did not go to the Japanese people. I think most of them were dead anyway by the time they got that money, right? I know that the Jews got reparations from the Germans, but it went into a collective fund. It didn't go out to the families, if I'm not mistaken. Again, um, the wealth gap shit is just it's a myth. It's a cry for bullshit. That's all it is, right? If you are an irresponsible person with money, if you spend irresponsibly, you can never ever close that wealth gap ever. You have to be responsible. Now, will there be more responsible people that might take that money and do something good with it? Probably, but the large percentage of that is going to take that money and buy new shit, new items that are going to fucking depreciate in value the moment they buy it. So, in fact, the critter so you can. Yeah, rat soup. No, thank you. Mm-mm. That and spam. Out on that shit. Mama Bear said, "What about the reparations to the Irish that built the railroads?" Well, the Irish that built the railroads, they weren't slaves, so that's that. That's another issue I don't want to get into because I hate when people are like, well, the Irish are slaves. No, the fuck they weren't. They were fucking not slaves. And do they deserve reparations? Listen, if you want to give reparations out, then everybody needs to get reparations. Um, sorry, I was looking at something. Uh, Native Americans, they listen. Should they get reparations? Listen, I don't think anybody should get reparations. The way the world, guys, is how it is. People lose and they win. That's it. To turn around and go, oh my God, so sorry for doing this to you. So Native Americans get reparations. Should Native Americans then give reparations to the other tribes that they affected over their course of living? Should they start giving reparations to the Machawi tribe and the fucking Hututu tribe? They should start doing that, right? The Cherokee gonna turn around to the Mohawks or the fucking Pawnees and go, oh listen, you guys killed my people 300 years ago. You owe us reparations? No, reparation is a fucking endless hole of excuses and bullshit. Enough. Native Americans got the lands taken away from them. So the fuck be it. It's done. You can't turn back time. Fucking slaves were brought here, beaten the fucking to shit. Guess what? Get over it. It's done. You can't turn back time. We can't turn back time, guys, and start fucking, this reparations talk. It's done. This is the way of the world. The way of people is to conquer shit. African tribes conquered other African tribes. Native American tribes conquered other Native American tribes, Vikings, and so on and so forth. We cannot start. Vikings going to turn around and start giving reparations to the people that they affected or wherever the fuck they're from, Icelandic or Norwegians. No, they're not. Get over it. It's fucking. It's like enough already with the reparation bullshit. Everybody was affected almost the same. Native Americans probably worse than blacks, blacks worse than Irish, Irish probably worse than Italians or maybe Polish, Jews worse than, I don't know, fuck you pick one. But everybody was treated like shit during the course of human history. The entire history, we were affected some way or another. So we can't just keep reparations out because. The Irish. Someone said, Patty, it's not crying, but no, listen, I'm not putting anyone down. I'm putting everyone down, right? So I'm not just putting the Irish down. I'm putting everyone down. Enough already. The Irish got their asses handed to them. So the blacks, so the Jews. We're going to have a cry fest about it and everyone start handing money out to people? No, it's done. The history is past. All we can do is not repeat it. That's it. So Darryl said, I want my $2. Right? It just doesn't make sense to start, bringing this shit up. And people, and then like again, when people put down, like slavery, I'm like, I don't get bent out of shape about it. I really don't. And the Vikings kicked everyone's butts. Yes, the Viking kicks everyone's ass. Again, any Viking family still left got to pay reparations for that? No, they're not. This is what it is, guys. Unfortunately, you move forward. Where's your white collar preacher? Sorry, it doesn't make sense to me that we all try to play the woe with, not all of us, but people try to play the woe is me card. Well, my people were treated like shit, or my people were thrown in the oven, my people were hung from trees. That's called fucking life, guys. That's called fucking human evil. And as we can do away with that evil, we won't see that again. But unfortunately, evil is coming back. Evil's coming back with the fucking vengeance. And we're sitting here talking about shit from the past. Fuck whatever happened in the past. Let's focus on the future because the future is going to affect us. Everyone watching this now, anybody watch this later, the future is going to affect us, not the fucking past, right? Evil is winning because we're letting it win, because we're fucking, we're focused on bullshit. We're focused on what Kanye West said or what Brittany Griner ate in the fucking Russian prison. We're not worried about these motherfuckers that are killing their kids left and right, or these fucking people throwing people down the stairs, or hitting people in the head with baseball bats, or punching old people in the face. We're not worried about any of that shit. We're worried about dumb shit. We're worried about reparations. You know? There's some real fucking shit out there, guys. Some real shit out there. And we need to be focused on that. I can care less about fucking reparations. Was she in a male prison? I don't think she was in a male prison. Not the point. Who gives a fuck again? It's evil is, man, I'm telling you, like, and some of you are doing it too. Some of you wake up in the morning, you read the articles, you're like, what the fuck is this? Why did this happen? Right? Like, why is this guy fucking, this lady drop kicking her kid in the supermarket? Why is this lady stabbing her kids to death? Like, when you think about the way kids are killed, for anyone who's killed, there's a bit of a confusion when you're being stabbed or shanked, or, unless you're in a fight. And then in a fight, you understand. But with kids, when they are killed, there's a thing that I always think about. And it's the moment they're killed, when they wake up in the middle of it, or they don't understand why their parent is doing this to them. And that always bothers me. And we sit here and we focus on the bullshit, and we need to be focused on stopping these people, or at the very least, making these people pay. Right? At the very least, making them pay. Again, the evil is out there, guys, and we have to fight it. I don't know what the answer is to fight. Well, I know one answer to fighting it, but we can't hide behind Bibles, and we can't hide behind laws. There's only one way to fight evil. I mean, we are witnessing the liberals of cities talk about drag queen shows and how they can have more kids in it. There was one drag queen guy, a dude that was at some fucking event, saying the kids are out to dance, sing along and suck dick, or something like that. That was a statement that this guy made. You can look it up. Just type in sing along and dick sucking kids or some shit like that. Google it. And you'll see this guy, Mark something another his name was. He's a drag queen guy. That kind of shit is evil. Why is this guy allowed to be out there in the world? He should be dealt with. Jeff, thank you for the donations. Right? That's the kind of shit we should be dealing with. But instead, we're worried about, well, Kanye West, he said what? About the who? Oh, man. Let's fucking ban that dude. But thank you, Hudson Valley. But we're not focused on the real shit. Again, man, we definitely need to do some shit. We need to fucking act. That's the bottom line. We need to fucking act. But, it's okay, so don't Google that. It'll probably get you kicked off. All right, Christian Prepper and Hudson Valley, thank you. All right, guys, so I'm going to head over to the Angry Truth channel. We're probably getting a little more about the evil that's going around. Just there's some insane shit, and whatever. We'll talk about that over there. Tonight on the Angry Truth channel, we will be talking about the economy and how bad that's going to get, and what we can do to prepare for it. Tonight's Angry Truth will probably be maybe 20 minutes long. If that, maybe 15, 20 minutes, we'll see. But I'm going to start it in about 5 minutes. So I will see you guys over there. Thank you, Jeff, again for the donations. Thank you, everybody else, for your support. And I will see you guys in the next... I'll see you guys in 5 minutes.